Well, finally, something had to give, right? We get our Earth Spirit,
Oh
we get our
yeah.
Lone Druid. It's
How
game
about
3,
that for some
folks.
draft
It's game
strats?
3.
Yeah.
We get our
We've
pair.
seen a couple targeted bans. We can see the DP go down. We see the Night Stalker go down, and that means that something's got to come through. And in this case, two somethings came through. So we'll get to see who is more OP of the max OPers, Earth Spirit or Lone Druid.
Lone Druid. No contest. No contest. Ensnare, or what is it? Entangle with the, I think it's 100% proc rate. So.
Oh yeah, on the first attack when you're chasing.
The very first attack. I did notice how
God, that was
Moribund's still
disgusting.
prioritizing the Night Stalker ban just because they realized how much it just caused so much chaos for them and their game plan. If they want to take over the map early and they want to be aggressive early like they were last game, you can't do it with a Night Stalker on the board. So, very first ban for them, very understandable.
10 seconds to go.
And this will be the most meta beginning to a draft I have seen in a while. We'll see Ebola Spirit, OD, Lone Druid. I'm getting sick already. Let's see a Meepo. Let's see a Techies. Come on, boys. Oh, Zeus, that's new. Come on. No,
Like,
obviously, both these teams have had success with these heroes. We've seen it firsthand, and I mean, it's their tried and true. It's some of their bread and butters. Apparently, everyone now that Earth Spirit's in captain's mode, everyone has an Earth Spirit player on their team now. So.
yeah, that's one of the things that just evolves. I know that for a while when I was playing a little bit more frequently than I am now, I play a couple times a week, but I don't really grind pubs like I used to for a while. And when I was playing more though, I know that as the meta games came and went, as a support player, I was forced to learn all of the meta supports, even the ones that I hadn't played a lot. So there was a while where Visage was like, everything was Visage. He was really strong, really contested. So I had to learn how to play Visage. And that's something that happens when you have a character that defines a metagame, like Earth Spirit, like Lone Druid. If you don't have one of those players, if you don't have a player who plays those characters on your team, someone has to learn, because those are the characters that are strong right now. Those are the characters that are getting picked. And if you don't have a player to play that, the opposing team isn't forced to ban it, so you are already weaker from the drafting spot. So even if nobody had played it before, somebody plays it now.
Yeah, that's a very good point actually, and something that I'm sure multiple teams have addressed is we've seen some stand-ins become regulars on a couple teams this season. It's definitely a scenario. It's case by case, obviously, because some people obviously played it before it was introduced into captain's mode and among other heroes. But yeah, it's definitely something to keep in mind too. It's just like you said, if you're already at a disadvantage coming into the draft, I mean that's just does not bode well. You don't want to be a peg down below your opponent before you even begin the game. So very, very good point. That's something that a lot of players kind of look to. I mean, that's with my friends, it just works out really well. Like the heroes that I will never touch, they love. Like I think Mirana is absolutely trash, garbage, but they'll spam her. Like I hate Mirana, but hey, you know what? It's to each their own, right?
All right. Is Mirana your least favorite character to play?
No, God no. I think she's fun to play. I don't like.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like her in games.
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, who's your least favorite?
To play or to play against?
To play. I think I can guess to play against, since you call him Ebola Spirit.
No, I honestly I don't mind Earth Spirit. Just because he's new to the metagame and he's new to the for when I stream 3 to 4 times a week, not seeing the same heroes picked every game is kind of nice. So it's kind of nice to see something changed. It's not Gyro every game. It's nice. It's not Visage or Vengeful Spirit every game. So favorite hero to play? I find most carries just to be mindless and boring. So like I'm really hungover, I'm playing. I'm like, hey, just give me a carry so I don't have to freaking think. I don't know. Yeah, most carries that just bore the shit out of me. Like anti-mage, I played a game earlier. I mean, I played very well, but it's just so boring. I don't care. It's just not for me. I like to be in the middle. I like to be getting the early blink taker, being the initiator, that kind of thing. And as we see that, we see a Space Cow, which actually is just he's made or break games, honestly.
Yes,
pun intended.
Either he's very effective in team fights. Like one of the things that you think about, you say, oh, single target charge. No. Spirit Breaker makes and breaks games when he hits multiple target charges in team fights. that's where his utility comes in at this level of play. So watch for him to try and charge past the Witch Doctor and knock him out of the ult as he's going through.
Yeah, and not only that, I think that's obviously not something that's coming to play already, but
10 seconds
breaking
to go.
having the stuns go through Magic Community is also very important too. So
yeah,
Witch Doctor.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, the watermelon. Love my watermelon. I do think
this is gonna be exciting.
It seems like they're really kind of committing just to have complete control here. They want to be able to have the CC, the lockdown for the bear and the lone druid, and they want to have the upper hand. They want to have the early initiation. They want Tidehunter, Ravage, Spirit Breaker initiating, what have you. I mean, Earth Spirit also in his own right, fantastic initiator, and he's able to disrupt team fights, you know, at a moment's notice. So. PG Eclipse, this is a very different draft. I'm really liking it so far.
Yeah, my big question for PG Eclipse is whether or not they'll have enough damage to make it to take advantage of the Spirit Breaker in the early game, because Earth Spirit has a lot of control early on, but he doesn't have a whole bunch of damage since he's a support for the first few levels. Tidehunter, same thing, and OD can be, but you know, you don't have a lot of kill potential for the first 5 minutes of the game, and we've seen a lot happen in the first 5 minutes of these games. Another thing, they're going some long cooldowns again, so we'll see if they can work around them a little bit better this time, or if that comes back to bite them once again. I mean, Ravage and Sanity's Eclipse are not short cooldown abilities.
No.
Although the OD is less tied to his ultimate than you know, the Void, the Juggernaut, the Queen of Pain. So
yeah, I definitely would agree, but I mean, yeah, I
well,
like the point you made about the
burst.
burst. It's like the Spirit Breaker, he's not gonna be able to kill anybody on his own. He's gonna need assistance. Yeah, the Earth Spirit can be disruptive, but like it's not gonna be easy to take any of these heroes down. And the OD is not gonna be available. He's gonna be in that lane, and he's just gonna be there. He's very static in the laning phase, not looking to gank. TP rotation's possible, but not likely once the farmer's lane. Get the first couple items online, and he is.
I think the Gyro ban was really on point from Moribund, and I think the Clinks ban was really good from PG. Moribund definitely drafted a team that Clinks plays well with, and I think solved PG's early game damage worries because he just brings so much freaking damage with his spells. But Juggernaut also fills that. Slarter, I think, also does, but I mean they have the OD for super late game, so I think picking a semi carry in the safe lane, not the worst thing that could happen. But I think he's kind of out of the meta right now.
There's not a lot of time left, so whatever they're looking to pick, they've got only a couple seconds here. Don't random. Oh my god.
Hello.
No.
That's the pick.
No. Oh, we saw it. We saw him do some last night.
The combo here is Ravage and Stony Gaze. Because the duration, if you pop Stone Gaze and then Ravage right after, the Ravage stun duration between the knock-up and the slow after is just long enough to get Stone Gaze off. And my friends and I actually ran this cheese lineup, which is Medusa and Tidehunter and Witch Doctor, where the Witch Doctor rushes in Oggs, and then Death Wards through the Stone Gaze.
Oh, jeez.
It is disgusting.
I knew I hated
disgusting.
You. You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Hey, I don't run like Tiny Centaur and stupid stuff like that, so give me some credit. Or Pugna Pudge.
I don't care. You're an asshole. I need a new co-caster. I'm currently hiring. We'll pay 1 Arcana per week. You cheat.
Oh shit, I didn't know I was getting paid.
No, you don't get paid. I'll pay other people. I don't like you.
Right.
I'm just kidding. That's very insightful. But it's very idealistic. The Medusa, also a very, very static hero. Not going to be what you would call mobile.
They're going to be hurting for the early game. We're going to see if Moribund picks up on that and goes for like a Blink Dagger kind of character. We could see the Sven again.
Ooh, the anti-carry.
I like this. I like this.
As do I. I think PG Eclipse are putting a lot of stock into the fact that they're just kind of assuming that they're going to make it out of the laning phase and they're going to be able to turn and translate this. I don't think it'll be that easy, and Moribund don't either. I think the Razor pick is really gonna. Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's a one-position Razor too, my friend.
Better get ready.
Witch Doctor struts his stuff.
I was hoping they'd run the Bear, one position, the Razor mid, and then the Puck off lane, because Razor has a decent matchup against OD.
Well, we shall see.
Well, I think that's a really smart pick. They're not picking a bunch of late game, so they're recognizing that they just want to kind of get a couple items up, the blink on the puck, the mech on the razor, and go for it.
Brian, we're gonna do the same thing. Do you remember what we did last week? We're doing it again. Pick your team and what's their win window?
Okay, I'm gonna go for Moribund. I actually really like how their draft is gonna come together, and I'm actually gonna pick the same window, the 37 to 42. I think that PG Eclipse are gonna try and hold this one out as long as possible, but I think Moribund is gonna find too much space in the early game for the Medusa to get farm. I think they're going to take too many towers, and it's going to be basically over by the late 20s, but I think PG is going to stall out for another 10 minutes just because this is, that's what you do in the last game of your tournament.
Well, it's Medusa. I mean, it's
you're
looking to defend the high ground. You're not looking to siege the base with Medusa.
And away we go.
That's kind of the risk with that window, though, is because at the 40-minute mark, if Medusa is not shut down, she's going to win.
Yeah.
But
they have a good way.
I just see so many weaknesses.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways. Oh, it's going to be Medusa mid? I have done this before. I actually really enjoy running because the levels are such a big deal. And especially against someone like Puck with supports that are not going to be getting those same kind of ganks as you would see out of a Vengeful Spirit type support. The Medusa is a lot safer in this lane, so I like this.
With it. It's something I know it's kind of trivial, but I bring it up just because I've watched these teams quite a bit throughout the last few months, and it's not a Rat Pack hero. I mean, Medusa, there is no... Okay, if you want... Okay, the most boring hero in the game, there you go, Medusa. The most boring hero to play, Medusa. I take back whatever the hell I said. Medusa is the ultimate and final response for the most boring hero in the game. But yeah, it's just he's a playmaker. He likes to move around. He likes to get involved early, and you can't do that with Medusa. I mean, even if you build early items, it doesn't do anything. It's so just blah.
Yeah, the only thing she can do is combo with Tide. Like we said earlier, that Ravage Stone Gaze combo is really the only opportunity she's going to have to be participating early game.
Looks like Cookie's going to kind of do the same thing that they had to deal with early. He's just going to pick up the Iron Talon right away, realizing that the tri-lane not exactly safe, although it's not terrible. I mean, it's not that aggressive, but I mean, they're already scouting out. Like, the Witch Doctor's actually going to steal. He's going to use the cast. He's going to get level 2 off of the Centaur that Tide finished.
Is he going to block it, though? That's the question. Is he going to block? He is going to block the camp.
Oh, you cheeky bastard.
That's the way to go.
Look at, he's even taunting.
Oh, he even knows we're watching.
There we go.
Oh, breaking the third wall. What up, Deadpool?
Illusion.
I like that though. That's the play you have to make, because if you're gonna isolate the Tide, you really have to take him out.
It looks like Witch Doctor's the second most played hero of AD2L.
Oh, Cookie, look at this, just so depressed. Iron Talon finished. Oh my gosh, no, don't be aggressive. Just block the camp with illusion. That's all I want to see right now. Cookie sees him, so
he's gonna do it. I think.
But it's just wasting more time, and Cookie. I mean, he's still level 1. The Witch Doctor's 2.5. He's fine, and here comes the charge here. And the Tide taking a lot of damage. He has Anchor Smash level 1. And Medusa actually coming through with the body block.
Oh my god.
But look at all this space though, man. I mean, they're committing so much for a Witch Doctor. 4 heroes for a Witch Doctor. That is value.
First blood.
Sure, but still, I mean, that is such value there.
Yeah, anytime Medusa's out of lane, you're doing something right.
That is huge. And Puck already has the bottle online. 14 CS, the Medusa's 8. Like, she missed 2 full waves in that span, so very much worth. And Tide still with nothing here. Like, he's looking for the ward. He's not sure how it got blocked, but and there is no ward there, friend. Witch Doctor just kind of doing some next level plays here. Lone Druid finding more levels than last hits here, but he is going to be able to soak a bit more XP as his camp is pulled here. So just being annoying, and making it a lot more difficult on the OD, which is definitely what you want. Lone Druid will be charged, but it's going to take a good half hour before Space Cow gets there, so we'll revisit that in a bit. See if he actually goes on it. Yeah, the Lightning Twins down here I think are going to do very, very well. The Razor and Curtis again on the support Zeus here with double Mango. Look at that.
That's a great lane to go up against a Tide, because Tide, Kraken Shell is good at reducing physical damage, and Anchor Smash is good at reducing physical damage. And Razor, depending on how you scale him, and Zeus do a ton of magical damage. It looks like Razor's going for the physical damage route. He's got the Link, which is really good against Tide.
Tide, I mean, he went with the Anchor Smash first, so that's why he's taking so much damage early. Just now gets level 2 from that creep camp as it finally spawns after 4 minutes in the game. He actually gets more than a small creep, so this tower, I mean, if he's gonna get the last hit on it too, so I mean, this is pretty much ideal here for Moribund. Here comes the charge onto the puck, should be okay. Phase shift, gonna be right on point with the illusionary orb, and he's safe and sound. Curtis rotating in. He's got plenty of mana here as 2 mangoes are on deck, not to mention the clarity's still running, so yeah, with taking that tower that early, they can start rotating. So Medusa, yes, she's level 6, but CS, not ideal, not great. Puck's actually...
And that early tower is even more dangerous with the lineup they're running, because they're not really running a true one spot. And if you want to pick a one spot, it's Lone Druid in the off lane. And he's going to be up there for a while. So
yeah, he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, the Razor doesn't have to sit and farm. He can be mobile on the map. The Witch Doctor can be mobile on the map. The Zeus can be mobile on the map. So they basically have 4 characters capable of roaming against a lineup that does not want characters roaming. Yeah. This is going to be really, really rough for Eclipse, and we'll see how their wards play into this, like the ward positioning, and because they had really aggressive wards game 1. Let's see where they put them this game to try and mitigate that roaming.
There's the charge. Nope, he's just going to get into the creep camp. So Earth Spirit doing a little bit of juggling here. Got a nice double stack here for, I'm assuming, the Tide, but I don't know. I mean, do you really want to put that much emphasis in getting the Tide back up? Because there's no points in the split shot for Medusa, so it's not going to be, quick for her to farm.
I think it has to be for Tide. You have to find Tide level 6, even if the camps are mostly for EXP and not really for rushing the Blink Dagger. He has to find level 6.
He has.
The only thing they have to stop the push.
So this is kind of what we kind of alluded to briefly in the draft. The Space Cow making or breaking team. He's just gonna hit level 3 just by passively sitting in the trees like HY told him. But he's not getting anything done. 0-0-1, but that was in that first blood exchange, which so much was committed, so he didn't get anything out of that. And I mean, he's still just sitting up here. I don't know, is he stuck? No, he's not stuck. He's got level 3, level 2 charge. Not really sure where to go. He's a cow without a pasture. He really has nowhere to go. It's just sad, and it's just kind of a wasted hero at the moment. It seems like they're waiting for someone to show up top, but I mean, Lone Druid, he has options. So
well, they have Earth Spirit committed mid, so I think they're looking at something there, but I don't think they can find anything on the puck.
No,
I don't think they can. Yeah, they really don't have the damage, like was mentioned in the draft. They don't have the early game damage to make use of the cow, and what they're really waiting for is OD to have the damage, so then they can start finding some kills. And he's getting there. He's getting a lot of levels in the safe lane, because he's basically playing a solo safe lane.
Yeah,
so doing very well on the levels. He's actually level 7.
He's gonna go with the drums progression again, to Tretch drums with the null talisman just for the early damage, but I don't think it's not gonna be as impactful as the Lone Druid will be, I think, at this stage. I mean, they're both even in levels. Farm, a little bit of an edge to the OD, but I don't know. Medusa now at level 8 though, yeah. But still, man, this cow. There we go. Finally get a charge off here. And they're going to go on the puck, who I think has already committed. Nope, actually dodges it perfectly with the phase shift. Smack Trick's just playing out of his mind right here. Pops the invisibility, and the cow's wasting more time. And I don't really know how you come back. There's really no recourse now. Like, I guess he can go hang out in the jungle while they do the stacks, but I mean, now he's too weak to really do anything.
He doesn't really have to make a comeback, he'll find EXP in team fights. So he's not the issue. The issue is finding enough time, basically delaying the team fights, and that's not what's happening. The Razor, he's going for S and Y, which I really don't like given this style of play. I think the mech would be better, but he's getting items and he's getting ready to fight. And the Puck is getting items, he's getting ready to fight. And so they haven't really done a lot to disrupt the farming, they haven't really done a lot to slow the level progression, and they haven't done a lot to accelerate their own progression. So team fights are coming.
Typically, okay, there we go. Now they're going to go into the Puck. The charge is coming, but he's so far away, that's really not going to matter. So they're just kind of posturing.
Defensive charge, I think.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you with the mech, but at the same time, it's really counterproductive for the Razor because it does nothing for him. It really just kind of slows down his overall farming progression. And they don't really need the mech. We already talked about how they don't have the burst. And shit, half the heroes don't even have their ultimates yet, bro. Like, so there's not a lot of damage coming out. So the mech, they're not team fighting and pushing. They're still in the laning phase in their own minds.
They will be team fighting and pushing soon, though.
They will, but
I think Moribund will be soon.
Yeah, but they also have
having that mech gives them so much because they can just shrug off a team fight.
The level 2 voodoo restoration. So it's not terribly imperative right now. I'm sure at some point it will need to come on sooner rather than later. But right now, I don't know. I feel like even a casual Yasha just to help the Razor farm a little bit quicker, because he is so integral in their lineup that I just feel like the mech is just gonna slow him down. So we'll see here. Plenty of time left to think it out. So. I think once they get the Blink Dagger on the Puck, I think that's really when it's go time, and that's still about 700 away. So, not huge that they get all the items right away. And Cookie here, he's still fighting for level 6. He's poor guy, man.
He's almost there.
Yeah,
40 XP. You can
he's
do
getting
it.
there, baby.
Ah, there we go.
You gotta crawl, walk, and then you run. And actually, I think maybe yeah, it was last series. I don't remember. I think it was Team Ghosts. Maybe it's PG Eclipse. Someone was playing the Tidehunter and they didn't level Ravage at 6. Which I think my stat person pointed out that that's happened in 1% of all pro games.
It happens sometimes when you have a big ancient stack and you want to clear it fast.
That's exactly what it was. Unfortunately, the ancients were scouted out and did not go well for the Tidehunter. So.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, he had a triple stack, and that. Speaking of triple stacks, we have 3 heroes here from PG Eclipse, 2 that are smoked, and Witch Doctor's still just dancing like a fool down here. Only level 4, so he shouldn't be too happy here.
God, they saw that somehow.
Yep, they noticed that there was a lot of missing from the map, so get a TP rotation in and Space Cow. Level 4 now. Let's see, is there Midas? Yes, Midas was picked up here on the Lone Druid. We've kind of been forgetting about him because he's just kind of doing his own thing, which I'm sure they're content to let him do. But OD, again, not going to move either. So, I mean, 2 really stagnant heroes just standing their ground, and someone's eventually going to have to leave. Blink Dagger about 30 gold away, so it's going to be go time very soon. They also want the Zeus ultimate up. He's literally, I don't know why he's actually leaving. I think he might want to stay and get the level 6 here. So close. Literally 2 XP
I'm really
away.
surprised that they haven't put more time into. Oh, they're going for the Tide. They haven't put more time into the Witch Doctor level 6.
There's the Zeus ult too. They'll have everything. There's the Thunderbolt stealing the damage. Pop the ult just to be safe. Witch Doctor actually pick up the last hit for that. So much needed experience and gold go his way. And the Yasha now finished on the Razor. So Puck should have the Blink Dagger. Indeed he does. Smacktrix is ready to go. Treads, null tally, bottle. Doing quite well.
This is where the clock begins, because PG Eclipse, normally when you say the clock is on, you're talking about a character who builds a Radiance or a Battle Fury who wants to farm, like an anti-mage, where you need to end the game before the anti-mage is ready. I think the onus is more on PG Eclipse here. They need to stop the game from ending before the Medusa's ready.
Well, we might see our...
Look at Cookie, they're afraid. They're afraid of the Ravage.
Yeah,
he just
even the walking Ravage, very intimidating. I think it's the Squiddles that he has in his hand. The little squids.
Oh, it's definitely
very
creepy.
menacing. But no, I think they're just gonna wait for the next creep wave here. Walking Ravage. They
They're
got team
still walking
rotations
away.
in. Support
He's
is
walking all the way
here.
out. He has no intent of throwing that Ravage there. Okay.
No, well now it might be too late. He's got to pop it the last second before he goes down here. He will indeed get blown up, and there's your charge. Actually gets down to 2. There's OD ultimate blowing up 2 right away. Gets the Witch Doctor very low, and actually I think they... Oh, Puck with a great last second play. He will go down most likely here. Blinks out.
Blink out.
What a player. So
Wow.
2 for 2. Core and a support for a core and an offlaner. So they're not done yet though. Curtis quite out of position here as the Space Cow rolls in. And paired with the Earth Spirit Medusa, they'll take him out. And actually the Dragon's getting a couple hits too.
Wow, I don't know where Moribund found all of, or where PG Eclipse found all of that damage, but they had enough damage to make it happen. Medusa's actually going Maelstrom, so that'll give them a little bit more oomph in fights. But oh, Magnetism was online, or Magnetize was online. That is a game changer.
Especially with how squishy the heroes are at this stage in the game. I mean, obviously the Razor is very, very strong, but the Witch Doctor, especially when he had no mana towards the end, I mean, he blew up pretty quickly. Lone Druid just boots. I mean, he's got 1500 HP, but he's still very susceptible to the damage. And Puck doing as much as he could, actually. I don't know, man. Is this a Dagon game for the Puck? Do they need a little extra burst just to make sure some heroes go down?
No, he needs to get a sheep. But I think that weakness, that squishiness for Moribund is part of the reason why I feel like a mech would have been really good on Razor, because they are really, really vulnerable.
Yeah.
And taking away that sort of armor lack and giving a little extra health, I think really could have turned that team fight. But you know, the S&Y also a very valid option here. But on the topic of Puck, the heroes on PG Eclipse are too tanky to be really Dagon targets. They don't have any super squishy support. So I think that Puck wants to try and get the Sheepstick as fast as possible.
Yep, I think it looks like a Yule's.
Yule's? Could be.
I think it might be a Yule's. And there we go. Great Dream Coil paired with the break will actually kill him. Triple kill. The Witch Doctor all doing so much. They only lose the support Zeus. And if they get an entangle here. Oh, where's our Jesus when you need him? Bear just running at him. Puck again to blink up forward in silence. They're trying to do so much. There's your entangle. Ultra kill here for the Puck. Smacktress to silent people. Almost finishes his entire Yule Scepter in one fight. The OG, the only survivor, runs away. TP's home. And they're not going to push their aggressive. They could have taken the tower, it looks like, but everyone's respawning and they're just going to cut.
Still up.
Yep. They realize, hey, we got what we came for. So
that was some Dream Coil though. Holy shit! On that's a really cool stat. It's 1.5 characters. But he hit a huge Dream Coil there.
Well, and then that becomes the paradox too. Either you sit, or the conundrum, you sit and you take the Witch Doctor ult damage, or you run, break the coil, and get stunned and die. So really, an awful scenario to be in, especially if you're a support for PG Eclipse. But I mean, that's why they drafted the two together. You know, get everyone grouped up, and actually it looks like the mech's going to be completely forgotten as the Witch Doctor is going to be rushing the Aghanim Scepter, and they're maxing out the Voodoo Restoration. And they're leveling it right alongside the cask, so Coconut and Heals together.
If it wasn't going to be on Razor, I don't think they have a mech carrier.
No one really wants to.
And mech has actually been one of those items that has been kind of hurting for love with all these new support options. With the Glimmer Cape and the Aether Lens.
Space Cow charges forward, another great. Oh my gosh, the Ravage actually gets onto one.
What a Yules.
And there's the combo you're talking about. Not quite synergized perfectly, but they'll still be able to blow up the Witch Doctor, so all the sustain in this team fight is going to be gone. Charge not online, no mana, actually just gets enough now, but the Lone Druid runs in. And the Watermelon's terrified. Razor all by his lonesome here, though. Needs some backup here. There's the ult from the Zeus. Trying to get some damage, and there's the hammer dropped and blows up the Puck. Curtis trying to get as much damage as he can. Finally gets the kill, but he'll lose his life for it. 4 go down in exchange for just an Earth Spirit.
Well, I guess I underestimated how much OD is doing. because he is doing a lot right now in these fights. I know that for now, at least until around level 11, the Ravage and Mystic Snake combination is going to be doing enough damage to keep them in these fights, just because Moribund is really squishy on their lineup, but it's not going to last forever. The OD, however, is going to last forever. He has so much damage with just a few items.
Yeah, and that's the way he itemized too, and he actually has a lot of gold in the back end. Tighter looks like he'll be picking up the mech. Actually, will have enough gold, right, Meow? So you can get that online. Stalling out the Blink Dagger, not really necessary because, I mean, the rest of his team is doing quite a great job setting up the team fights as is. And this is actually the worst case scenario, I think, for Moribund, because the Medusa is actually getting quite a bit in this early, now entering the mid game, with the Maelstrom and Yasha already completed. And with Rat Pack already doing okay, it's not going to translate well for them. It's just eventually going to get a Scotty, I'm assuming some sort of defensive item. Lincoln's
Probably
is okay.
just Scotty. I don't know that he needs a defensive item.
Lincoln's is okay, but yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot. So I think the Scotty might be enough, and you already got the early attack speed with the 2 items you have.
Scotty
so.
and Satanic probably, and a crit to round out the build. The big thing to watch for is the time versus the towers, and I was expecting a lot more push to be happening, because at 20 minutes we only have 2 towers down. PG Eclipse is doing a great job of taking fights they need to take, and stalling out the time, trying to delay the fights as long as possible, because Medusa will find farm. It's not important that she has a lot of CS, which she actually has a lot of CS, but even if she had very little CS, the longer the game goes on, the more farm that she's naturally going to find.
There's your
that's
Radiance.
a big item.
Yep,
There's the Radiance.
I'm actually surprised they took a fight that aggressively without having it, so I mean, that's a lot of damage early on, so we shall see here.
We've kind of eclipsed the early game now, and we're getting into the mid game.
Sandy's Eclipse, nice pun. Speaking of that, he's actually going right for a Hex. He's got Dragonlance, Drums, and Treads, and it looks like he'll be going right for the Hex. There's the Zeus ultimate just to kind of scout him out. Curtis kind of getting chased away. His team comes in, a great charge here. Only getting it on 1 though. Tried to do a lot. Oh, the silence! Kraken Shell though, great skill. They pop the Ravage. He's so low. Cookie looks like he will go down. Hammer is dropped, and only the Lone Druid goes down. That's a lot of damage they're losing from the Radiance. Medusa actually goes down. The Earth Spirit, the Magnetize, doing so much damage. Puck's still in the front lines here. They're trying to man fight this OD. Razor comes in, actually able to blow him up there. Double kill for him. And oh, the Puck! Oh, what a phase shift!
Oh my god,
the Blaze, a full team wipe here. As 2 double kills. Unfortunately, they lose their Lone Druid, so their pushing ability is kind of just gone.
Just rigs.
But, I mean, that's a lot of big ultimates here. And Moribund able to edge it out. The decisive victory. Let's look at the tower, too.
I know we've been talking a lot about the late game, but how about the early game? This has been friggin' amazing. The teams have been trading team fights back and forth. We've been focused so much on where this game might be going that, you know, this is real. I did not expect PG Eclipse to have as much as they did this early in the game.
Brian, you need to stop thinking about the future and focus on the present, okay?
Just live in the moment, man.
Live in the now, bro. Live in the now. Yeah, we have plenty of action happening right now, and looks like Aghanim Scepter will be the next pickup for Puck. So, stalling out that Hex, maybe thinking that surviving that long with the item progression might be a little more challenging than initially anticipated. Although Smacktric's been playing fantastic here with these phase shifts.
Oh my god, that last fight, he got so many disables. He got the mini stun on Dream Coil to stall the Ravage, and then he got a silence.
Oh, the silence too, yeah.
And between all of that, he was able to delay the Ravage, so it hit like 2 people on the team and totally wasted the Medusa ult.
And then disengaging just briefly for the cooldowns, and then coming right back in and just getting in the face of the OD. So, I mean, there's... that little fairy dragon's got balls, my friend. And Medusa looks like
out of his mind.
The Yasha will become a Mantis style, which is pretty common, I think, for that item progression. So, pretty typical.
Yeah, she does not go SMY.
No, there's no reason to. I thought maybe it's a casual farming Yasha and then into Scotty, but
oh yeah, that definitely could be as well.
Yeah, that was my initial thought, but I think dying that top fight, they realized that the added stats will be very, very beneficial. She's not immortal yet. She's not Not a movable object yet, so. And then they're scouting ultimate here for the Zeus. They get some intel, but there's not really much they can do at this point here. So, what is the
That's
next
one
big
thing they
timing
did-
from Moribund? I mean, they're waiting for the Blink Dagger, then they're waiting for the Radiance. What is the next big item they're waiting for?
I don't think that there are. Well, BKB on Razor is the next big item, but I don't think that they want to wait for any more big items. I think with the Radiance up, they just want to start fighting as early and as often. They have short ultimate cooldowns. They have good vision control with Zeus, which is something we haven't really touched on. The support Zeus being able to spam his ult for vision because it's not as big of a commitment. But the bears running around wild, they have a lot of awareness of what's going on the map. And I think that they just want to start grouping and pushing, or even splitting and
They're
pushing.
splitting
and
now, yeah. That's.
PG Eclipse.
I was about to mention the.
Yeah, force the reactions, slow down the farm.
Well, there's
Get
some
him grouped
reaction
up.
for. We got 4 heroes committed and a TP, and I think Curtis might just be dead here, as he's already been charged. The Razor quickly gaining that he's quite outnumbered here. They'll even commit the Ravage for this. Really want this Razor to go down, and it won't take much more. They actually commit the Magnetize as well, so quite
That's how
a
you
bit
do it.
committed. But I mean,
That's how you do it, because they don't want to push. They can just break up and farm now that they want to fight, and Moribund can't group to fight in response because they're down 2. So that buys them, another minute, another 2 minutes as Moribund have to get together and leave the base and group up and stuff. So every time that happens, PG Eclipse get a little bit closer to that end game goal where
Yeah.
Medusa is a monster.
Speaking of that, I think that was the biggest part of that, is Medusa got both kills with her attack speed already being through the roof and the split shot. I don't know if it was toggled during that fight, I wasn't able to pay attention to that, but she picked up both the kills, finished
It
off
was.
the Yasha, and already has 1k gold, so. A lot of things going the way of PG Eclipse, and I think you'd agree with me if I say, and actually they're moving on the lone druid too. They already got the charge, he knows it too. He's trying to get out, unable to get the Savage Roar off. He might use it now. Nope. Shadow Amulet there, so it's actually going to save his life here. Nope, Zeus ultimate committed, they will at least get 1 kill out of this. Lone druid, dead to rights, but at least get a counter kill in return. What I was going to say is that the way the game is shaping, the way it should be going in the next 20 or so minutes, if PG Eclipse are coming out even, or even slightly ahead, I think that's very advantageous for them at this point in the game.
Yeah, Moribund has a lot of work to do. They have been taking fights decently, but every now and again they'll find themselves out of position, like we saw with the Lone Druid solo top, or the Razor and the Zeus bottom, and they cannot afford to have that happen. They really need to group up, and they need to take advantage of the time they have before the Medusa is an unstoppable monstrosity. So,
I mean, the Medusa is definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with, but we almost have a completed sheep stick here for the OD, so he's going to be hitting like a truck. He already is, but now it's going to be even more so. I mean, they definitely were fighting around these ultimates, but now it's slowly starting to, wane in favor of just the heroes being strong in their own rights with the items that they picked up and the levels that they've acquired. So it's starting. I think that window it's closing a little bit quicker than Moribund are ready.
oh yeah, I thought I was not ready for it to be this fast. And again, look at the map. We've had 1 tower go down for Moribund in the past 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, and the Razor's been
You
trying to
can't win
finish
that
up
way.
this BKB for what seems like the last 7 minutes or so. Still, I mean, the Razor's died twice. Since
Yeah,
first
the
picking up the
SNY
Ogre
just doesn't fit with what the team is trying to do. Like I would understand if he was looking to pick up additional items, but what he wants to do is win team fights, and SNY is not so much an item that wins team fights like a mech could, or even a BKB rush could turn team fights, or an Augs rush. Just something to get more Eye of the Storm or protect your team. But the SNY is like a middle of the road kind of thing, which is good if you're playing where you're not so much on the clock as now I think Moribund is. But yeah, you were right that it accelerates the farm and it finds space and it makes him more individually powerful. But I think that what he needs to do is make his team more powerful.
Yeah,
And
needs to be able to enable them, because I mean, right now the Puck's doing
Yeah.
the majority of the lifting. Witch Doctor obviously now having the Scepter upgrade, he's going to be doing quite a bit of lifting himself, but there's nothing else really. He's on his own. There's no BKB, there's no Glimmer Cape. It's just, hey, I'm gonna throw coconuts at you, pop my heal, throw down my ult, and kind of hope for the best here. Praying that another godlike Dream Coil from, like I said, we said though, the Aghanim Scepter is picked up there, so it will be a lot more impactful. And now might be the time to shine here. Smoke is actually broken, and they're gonna go onto the Lone Druid again. There you go, the BKB pops, so Ravage will not hit the Razor. So Ravage really not doing a whole lot of work, and Tide's already dead. And right now Medusa not really facing anyone either, so no one will be turning to stone, and she's by herself here. I think the team might the OD actually getting so low. Curtis with a double kill. The Medusa, they're just gonna ignore her. They're not really worried. They want the rest of the team. They take out the Earth Spirit. They'll commit the Dream Coil. 3 down. I think
so yeah, that BKB was a big item.
That's what they were waiting for.
But,
and there we go, the poor man's mechanism. Arcane Boots and Voodoo Restoration level 4.
There you go.
Let's go, kids.
But what was that from PG Eclipse? Why did they do that?
Yeah,
I get that you could like play for the element of surprise or something, but they had all the space in the world. They had all the time in the world. The late game was on their side. They reached too far, and they got punished for it. And that
now,
was enough to give Moribund way more space in the game.
While we're being metaphorical, we can pop that window open a little bit more for Moribund. They bought themselves a great chunk of time here, and honestly, this is, if they would have been able to take that tower quicker, I would have said a quick Roche wouldn't have been out of question. But now it becomes a little bit less difficult. They still have the vision advantage.
Ravage is down.
Ravage is down. Medusa ult is down, and it looks like they're gonna do it anyway.
I think this is the right call.
They have okay vision. They do have a ward on right above the stairs here. Sees the Tidehunter, but yeah, they know Ravage is down for at least a minute here, so it's not what we'd call fast, not by any means.
The fast and furious Roshan.
Yeah, I think PG Eclipse are now starting to become aware. Actually, no, the Earth Spirit's not even gonna scout it out, not even tossing a Remnant in there, so Aegis will go the way of Moribund, and it's going to be uncontested. So Razor will pick that up, become essentially unkillable for the time being. And they're going to look to go mid.
I think I would have put that on the Puck, just because of how much the Puck has been doing, and, you know, or even the Lone Druid. He has the most net worth on the team, but the Razor's not a bad choice. He's sort of the thing that the team fight centralizes around. He's this pillar that everything happens around. He's very difficult to kill. He's very tanky with this BKB now. And so he can just kind of stand in the middle and be like, yo, Eclipse,
deal with me, brah. Well, and I think the Puck, not really, because, I mean, the guy's died once the entire game. At least in the entire game. So I think it's been pretty good about avoiding death. Razor, yeah, I think Lone Druid would have been a much better pick, especially since he's holding on to, he doesn't really have to worry about resummoning the bear. He's been holding on. I think I've only seen him resummon it once, so they've been pretty good about that. But yeah, I mean, they're just sieging the shit out of this tower. There's your Ravage there. Blink Dagger revealed. Charge only goes on to the Zeus, who used everything already. So it's not a big deal. And there's a 3-man Dream Coil here, but they need the follow-up. This Razor only has 63 damage, so not a lot stolen here. He's trying to do a whole lot. The Witch Doctor ultimate doing so much. Hammers drop. Witch Doctor will go down seconds after, but Medusa's down. That's a lot of their damage already spent. Hex has already been used, and there's not much more this OD can do. Ravage is down, so Cookie's just like a giant melee creep, and they can finish this Rax easy peasy. Double kill for Smack Tricks. I think we can open that fucking door all the way open for Moribund, man.
Oh yeah, they're definitely in the lead right now.
It is time. It is time. No buyback. Medusa actually does have buyback. Only one on the team that does, and I think they can't lose 2 Rax, can they?
No, they cannot afford.
They saved the glyph. Yeah, range Rax will be going up there momentarily. Holy shit, PG Eclipse, is this the end? I don't know why the Medusa's not buying back. Did I miss something? No, she has it. It's sitting there. They just forfeited 2 Rax here. Actually, no. Wait. Can he stop it? Can they draw the aggression?
It doesn't matter. It's the ranged Rax.
Not only that, but it's at 34 HP or 25 HP. A decent gust of wind will take it out. So I don't know. I know you want the Medusa to be able to get the next item. I know the Scotty is just imperative. It's their high ground defense, but so is your barracks. Very important for high ground defense. It's your barracks. And the AC is now completed on the bear. So oh my god. This
On the plus side for PG Eclipse and why they can kind of do that, the Medusa can back in the base. The Medusa can draw the creeps back into a funnel here and farm them pretty effectively with split, and kind of take care of 2 waves at once. Then once she has the boots of travel, she can be wherever she needs to be.
I
So
think
she
Puck
can play
disagrees.
the base defense game.
I think we're gonna turn you
There we
into...
go. That's the sheep. That
we'll turn you into a farm animal, Medusa, and you will not be doing shit. I think that's the game plan here. Smacktrix, 7, 1, and 8, just been integral in every one of these major engagements. Yeah, he's not going to be able to hit a barracks or a tower for shit, but I'm telling you, these team fights would not be possible without the initiation from the Puck and the follow-up here from the supports. The Zeus and the Witch Doctor getting so much value. I mean, they dropped the hammer immediately just to take out the Witch Doctor. They only hit one other hero, so they're getting a lot of value. Greaves popped already here. And
I think
Scotty
he's actually
is finished.
hitting. He's hitting harder than the Razor is right now. The Puck with physical attacks.
Yeah,
The
he's got
Razor's
a
swinging
lot
for
of
a
intelligence.
buck 80, a buck 90, and the Puck, well, with a double damage that changes things. But the Puck is also swinging for a buck 90 or so. So he is. He just has so many items that add intelligence that yeah. His damage
Now
is
I
real.
think this is the point. I think they realize with the Aegis now they're just gonna go all in. Worst comes to worst.
Alright, here's the question: can they hold out for 2 minutes?
No. No, and this will be the test right here. There's the Ravage into the Stone Gaze. There you go. This is the chance. They're trying so hard. They can't even pop the Aegis. Doing so much. They drop the hammer. Everything goes down. They're using all their shit. They can't even kill the Razor once. He's getting so low. They finally blow the Aegis, but everyone else, they're so weak. Oh my gosh, how is the Lone Druid surviving? There we go. Space Cow. They're looking to finish off Curtis, but it's just too late, man. The rest of the team is just in shambles here. Bear has been resummoned and he can go to town this Rax ASAP. Unfortunately, they have no sustain here, so it's very risky that they stay here, but they want Megas. They want the win. They can feel a killing spree there. Smacktrix gets another kill. We're at Mega Creeps at 36 minutes, my friend. The window is not only open, the whole wall has been blown the fuck away. Dynamite explosion. Moribund realizing their times, they hit all their strides, they picked up all the items that they needed. And I mean, you can talk shit about the Deuce all you want, my friend. It's it's pretty grim.
Is a great conductor.
Only 20 teams have ever come back from Mega Creeps in professional Dota, so and that's a lot of games. Yeah,
11,000 games.
circa 11,000. So, granted, Medusa very well at handling that, especially with the Maelstrom as well. No doubt about that.
And she has the Scotty online. That's
she picked
a huge
it.
item.
That's why the buyback was not expended, because she had just enough. She was so close to Scotty. Picked it up right after that fight ended. But I mean, it's not damage. It's survivability, but it's not damage.
Late Dagon from Puck. I think he saw how many characters in that last fight were very, very low.
Gosh, so
Just at the
low.
end.
Look at these creeps.
Opts for the Dagon instead of the Discord.
Yeah, well, he heard you talking smack about the Dagon earlier, so he's like, you know what? Fine, late game Dagon. And honestly, there's the Veil.
Right now, it's a good item.
The Veil would be okay, but it's, I don't know. It's the Zeus ultimate's been scouting. The Zeus is getting killed very quickly in these fights. So.
Oh, Zeus has a Veil actually.
Oh, there you go.
Zeus has 3 items.
That's 3 items
He's got a
more
Veil,
than I have.
Aether Lens, and a Yule's.
And I think they want the pick up. Puck goes in right away. I don't think he wants to commit the Dream Coil. He might now that 3 heroes are here, though. He needs his team to come in. The Veil comes out. Zeus ults so much damage. Shivas catches him on the edge. Zeus will pick up the kill. And Ravage just comes online. This might be the end here. No buyback here on the Tide. They take out the OD, and I think this might be GG, my friend. They're pushing T4s at incredible speeds here. Medusa popped the ult. One last fight for the Aegis. Glimmer Cape not even going to be able to kill the Witch Doctor here. OD has his ultimate online. Hex just not being used. He's going to have to drop it now if they want a chance. They're not even able to kill one. Everyone's okay. And buyback on the Medusa, but it's just too late here. They're just doing so much work, and that is GG. What a fucking series.
That was great, man.
What a series.
Oh, that last game was so amazing.
Let's take it easy now, man. You sound like you're getting a little excited there.
Oh, well, it's mostly because I was right on my prediction. I'm 1-1 now.
Were you? Oh, you were. I actually had thrown that piece of paper into the garbage, honestly. No, but all jokes
Yeah,
aside,
I was about to as well. With
yeah,
PG Eclipse just coming out of the early game with so much momentum, but Moribund found those little chinks in the armor with PG Eclipse getting a little bit too
yep.
aggressive going in for that smoke bottom, and Moribund just turned it around from there, took one fight there, another great team fight right after that, and they just pushed that momentum. They found a way to find it back, they pushed that momentum, and here we are.
Yeah,
Moribund moves
once you
on.
get those big items online, they know more, but that is their time. That is when they're going to be the strongest. That is when they're going to be able to push their aggression as far to the brink as they can. And like we said, you pick up, the BKB, you pick up an Aghanim Scepter, you pick up these little items, but together with the way their team fights, just how it worked out. I mean, granted, they got pretty lucky. There's a couple overextensions for PG, like you said, the smoke, the awkward Titan of Ravage right next to a BKB'd Razor. A couple other bait and switches that we saw, so very, very methodically played by Moribund. So just slowly but surely cementing themselves as the best team in AD2L. So congrats to them, huge victory here. They take the series 2-1 against PG Eclipse, and they will move on to the finals, which will be next week. So they will play either MPOW 4 or All Street Chain Hoop Ballers. So both of those teams also incredibly talented. So we're seeing a lot of good Dota here, but it's slowly coming to an end. We only have 2 more games left this season, so it's bittersweet, Brian. It's bittersweet. Good Dota, but not much left.
The good thing is that there will be another season. There are always more seasons.
Man. I don't know. No, there will be another season.
You told us we just revised the rules for the next season, so we'll have a little bit more consistency with the game times. We'll have a better time getting everything on the ticket, a little bit less confusion in that area, and we'll get to see both of these teams next season, hopefully.
I believe so. Moribund cementing their place, like I said, is a very, very talented team. So, I mean, they're guaranteed top 2, right? So that's pretty good, but you want to keep going. Obviously, you come this far. They fought a brutal path down the road, so it's been a ride, but still nothing to take away from PG Eclipse. They had a fantastic season. Rough way to end it, but they played their hearts out. So congratulations to them and all their success so far, and best of luck to them next season for sure.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They milked that roster for more than I thought it was worth in the early game.
Yeah, with 2 stand-ins.
That was amazing.
For sure, with 2 stand-ins, man. It's not easy. So any last words, my friend, before we sign off for the night?
Wow. I'm going to have to rewatch that game because there were so many little things that were going on the entire time and just so many little interactions. I really enjoyed that game, and I'm glad these series have been, really contentious and really close, and both teams have been struggling, and we've had great Dota these past couple of weeks. So I'm really looking forward to the next 2 games that we have to wrap out this season, and just kind of see where it goes from here.
Yes, sir. Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. Well, Brian, as always, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Lurkerderp with a fantastic statistics tonight, as always. Your work is much appreciated. Bringing perspective to the stream, we much appreciate it. So thank you to both of you for making this stream even better. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll be back later this week, hopefully with our last semifinal playoff game for AD2L. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.